Hey everybody! This is the introduction video for our Compassion Camp Vacation Bible School, and this is where you start to get all the information about what you need to have your at-home virtual Vacation Bible School be a success. There are a number of options here for your family, and I want you to choose what's going to work best for you. There are video components where I have recorded things for each day. You can use those or not use those. The family guide, which was emailed to everyone on Saturday, and also many of you got a print copy in your supply bag, is that if you follow the family guide, you can do this whole thing at home on your own without using any videos. So don't feel like you have to. However, we have recorded videos for the opening and song, for the Bible story that are fun, recordings done by different families in our congregation, the movement, which are yoga videos, and the closing and sending. So if you want to use those videos, those all will be posted on this YouTube channel at 7 o'clock on the morning of each day of VBS. So day 1 on Monday the 27th, day 2 on Tuesday the 28th, so on and so forth. The videos will remain up for however long, so if it works that you're like, oh my gosh, Tuesday is a nightmare, we can't do it, I want to wait until a few weeks go by, whatever works for you. Please understand that one of the major things that I want to do, that we want to do, is reduce stress on families, because we are stressed. Even everybody in the world is stressed right now, and I want Vacation Bible School to be not a thing that stresses anybody out. So participate at the level that makes you feel unstressed, if that makes sense. Okay, I want to walk through a few things really quickly because it may feel a little overwhelming when you get this bag of stuff on your doorstep and you're like, what do I do with all of it? So I'm going to walk first through the daily rhythm, and I made a little poster to go with this. Okay, so the first thing that happens is gathering and music. Like I said, there'll be a video for this. However, if you don't want to do the video, you can find it in your family guide. After that, Bible story, recorded, but it's also in your family guide, and you can just read it creatively at home if you would prefer. Next is imagining and coloring, which is a sheet that you color together as a family, and there are questions provided there that kind of reflect on the theme in the story, and so those are provided in your supply bags. I'll walk through a supply bag after this and kind of show you what's in there. Okay. Along with the imagining and coloring is the poster wall. And I want to talk about that for a second because it can be a frustration headache. And I just want to be upfront about that. So let me show you. In your supply bag, it comes as 6 sheets that are printed and stapled together. And then you cut them out and tape them together. It's hard to get all the lines to line up right when you tape it from the back. I guess you could tape it from the front with clear tape, and this would reduce the anxiety stress of it. However, I'm here to say that if you don't feel like doing this part, don't do it. You're not going to lose out on some enormously important portion of your Vacation Bible School experience if you choose not to do the mosaic poster art. Just going to say it. So if you want to do it, it's fun, and it's nice. It's a nice big thing that you can kind of gather around as a family, and this is what Illustrated Ministry, the people who put this together, are famous for, are these big congregational mosaics that they started designing. So they wanted, of course, to include their sort of feature product in there. If it is going to cause your bandwidth to short and you to have a frustration time, don't mess with it. Just let's simplify. Okay, mosaic art, wall art that I just showed you is part of imagining and coloring. After that is create and play, which is like an activity game time. For pretty much every day, there are materials for that included in your supply bag of the day. Movement after that, which is a yoga sequence. I'm posting videos of myself doing them that are fun and weird. But again, with all the videos, if you don't want to do it, it's in the family guide and you can do it at home. Compassion in action is the next section, and that is the sort of application, mission, outreach portion of this. And so there are some fun things for that about putting all this in action, and you find those in your supply bag of the day. Sending and music is the final recorded element where I meet back up with you in a video and talk about the day and sing again. The prayer coloring page will be in your supply bag, and this is a thing you can do now, later, before, after, whatever feels right. It's just sort of a follow-up, but I think you could do it at the beginning or anytime that you wanted to. And then my personal favorite, the last bit, is the examine card, which is, there's one per family per day, included in your supply bags. And the examine prayer is sort of an ancient Ignatian, which is a type of Catholic monastic tradition, Ignatian prayer way of looking at your day and thinking what went well, what could I have done better, what spiritual lessons did I learn, what could I have worked on. And I love it because it's a nice way to come back to some of the themes that we've touched on for the day. So I think you could do it together as a family at dinner, at bedtime, the next morning at breakfast, in the bath, whatever works. It's just a nice way to follow up. So that's the rhythm of the day. All of this is printed and stapled to the outside of your supply bag, as well as an email I sent. So I'm hoping that I've hit all the bases in terms of communication there. I'm going to show you a supply bag now. I'm just going to run and get one. Okay, so this is like the grocery sack, right, that you got on your doorstep. Okay, I'm going to show you first, this is the all-purpose bag. So in here will be the mosaic, the markers, the crayons, the clothespins for each day of the imagining and coloring, if you want to hang it on a garland, scissors, just things that you might want to just grab and use each and every day are in their own bag. And then this is just a sample bag, day one, okay? So within day one, open it and it's labeled, day one. And here's your imagining and coloring sheet, one per family. Here is a feelings match game that you cut out and work on and do during the create and play time. Construction paper that you use to make a family centerpiece. There are all kinds of supplies for that. Construction paper, pipe cleaners, a candle, fun tissue paper. Isn't this pretty? Anyway, and then you kind of gather some nature bits. All of this is outlined for you in the family guide, so don't feel like I'm telling you how to do it. But see how it's all organized like per day, so that you can kind of just grab the day's bag and do it. And then the examine card I was talking about. So this is the day one examine card to think about. And there's some, you know, if you know me and you know Godly Play, you know I love wandering questions. And so there's all kinds of I wonder type questions down at the bottom. So that's just a sample day. Each day has its own bag like this. I hope that eases the confusion of getting this big bag of supplies and being like, what do I do with all of it? Like I said, my goal here, our goal as Children's Committee, was to make this not stressful. Life as a parent right now is stressful. Whether you're working, whether you're at home, whether you're single, whether you're partnered, whether your kids are school age, whether your kids are not school age yet. This is a crazy time to be a parent, and I think that we can all agree on that. And so what we wanted to do is offer an opportunity for spiritual development for your children that has lots of options, lots of levels for your participation, and hopefully can just be like a fun thing that you can do together at your own pace, including what you want to include, and having fun. So please call me, email me. My contact information is in the email I sent you and stapled to the outside of your bag. If you have any questions, if you're confused, if you need help understanding, and please also just send me fun pictures and videos of your family doing this, especially if you want me to share them with other families or with our congregation. I would love for our young people to be able to see what other people are doing. I'm going to schedule a Zoom or two just for fellowship later on in the week or next week where we can chat. There won't be any like content conveyed during that, but it will just be a time to say like, yay, have you had fun doing the coloring sheets or, you know, whatever, the yoga. I think that's all I need to tell you in this first video. Yeah, just let me know if you have questions and please just Don't let this stress you out. That's the bottom line. Okay. I love you guys. I love your children. And I'm praying for you and for all of us.